News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Nathan Hager.
And I'm Karen Moskow.
Karen, we'll have more on the markets in a minute, but first we're getting new pushback on President Trump's giant tax cut bill, and it's coming from Elon Musk. The billionaire has announced he is stepping back from his Department of Government Efficiency effort, but he says the bill undercuts his efforts to slash government spending. Musk spoke with CBS News.
I was disappointed to see the massive spending bill, frankly, which increases the budget deficit, not just decrease it, and undermines the work that the Doge team is doing.
Elon Musk questioned whether the bill can be both big and beautiful. In his words, quote, "I think a bill can be big or it can be beautiful, but I don't know if it can be both." The legislation includes an array of tax cuts. It is now going to the Senate after narrowly passing the House last week. And you can hear Elon Musk's full interview on CBS Sunday morning. It airs this Sunday at 10 a.m. Wall Street time on Bloomberg Radio.
Nathan, Elon Musk is going to have to face a lawsuit over his work to slash government jobs and spending. More than a dozen Democratic state attorneys general brought the case, saying Musk wielded illegal power as the public face of Doge. U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan says the Trump administration adopted a perverse reading of the Constitution and appeared to sanction unlimited executive power with the Doge effort. The judge tossed out a claim against President Trump, saying courts cannot restrict presidents performing their official duties.
Let's turn now, Karen, to Musk's SpaceX. That company's colossal Starship rocket suffered a leak, tumbled out of control in space, and disintegrated as it hurtled back to Earth at a test flight yesterday. A few minutes in, the recycled Super Heavy booster separated from the upper portion of Starship and fired its engines. But as it maneuvered itself into position and plunged back to Earth, it suffered an apparent problem and exploded.
We have essentially lost attitude control on the ship at this point. It is suborbital, so it's still headed to the exact same trajectory as before. We were not able to get that payload door open and deploy those nose cones. We've been dealing with some leaks on the ship. This is also what led to that loss of attitude control. So at this point, we are kind of in a spin.
SpaceX stresses it learns from every test flight, saying, quote, "We're going to learn, iterate, and iterate over and over again."
Nathan, the Trump administration is taking its pressure on colleges and universities to a new level. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has ordered embassies around the world to stop scheduling student visa interviews. The administration is considering tougher reviews of students' social media accounts for signs of anti-Semitism or national security risk. Here's State Department spokeswoman Tammy Bruce.
Every sovereign country has a right to know who's trying to come in, why they want to come in, who they are, what they've been doing, and at least hopefully within that framework, determine what they will be doing.
State Department spokeswoman Tammy Bruce, this latest move comes after the Department of Homeland Security tried to block Harvard from enrolling international students. That effort is on hold in court. A top Justice Department lawyer is suggesting more action is coming, saying the University of California is one that can expect massive lawsuits.
Let's turn to the markets now, Karen. Futures are lower after yesterday's tech-led rally on Wall Street, and one of those tech giants reports earnings this afternoon. That would be NVIDIA. Let's get a preview from Bloomberg's Tom Busby.
While demand for NVIDIA's AI chips remains strong from U.S. firms still building out their AI infrastructure, the big question, how the company is dealing with curbs on shipping its products to customers in China. That prompted the company to already announce a $5.5 billion write-down a few weeks back. Also key for investors, any update on plans to launch cheaper Blackwell chips just for the Chinese market, and a timeline for its next-generation Rubin processors. Despite the expected write-down, Bloomberg consensus calls for revenue of $43.32 billion. Adjusted earnings per share of 88 cents. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
All right, Tom, thank you. And stay with Bloomberg for full coverage of NVIDIA's earnings on a special edition of Bloomberg Technology when we'll be speaking with the CEO, Jensen Huang. Catch it at 6:30 p.m. Wall Street time on Bloomberg Radio, Bloomberg Television, and the Bloomberg Podcasts page on YouTube.
And that's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Karen Moskow.
I'm Nathan Hager, and this is Bloomberg.